When I was in here last week, I noticed that the roller shades were on backwards. Like, they were in the brackets with this part hanging off the front, and it made it so that the shade was much further away from the window, which obviously would let in a lot more light on the sides. So I just wanted to show you, if you accidentally did that with yours too, it's pretty easy to fix. So the roller shades have these brackets that have a spring on them, and when you pinch them, you can pull the shade out of the bracket. So it's very convenient if you need to replace the shade or change the orientation like we're doing here. On this one, there are 3 brackets because it is kind of wide. So there we go. And this cover thing is kind of in the way. Honestly, I kind of like this idea here. A piece of fabric that's weighted with probably a dowel rod, and then it's, yeah, that's a cool idea too for window covering. If you don't have fabric trying to get in your way when you're making this adjustment, it'll be a lot easier. This is the roller shade. I think a lot of people, when they think about blackout shades, they think black, but you don't have to have a black colored roller shade. You can get it in the lighter colors if you prefer that. I would, because I think it looks nice. Okay, so it is possible to put this up with the roller shade hanging off the front, but you want it to be like this so that it'll hang from the back and be closer to the window. The difficulty here is not in the actual brackets, but in this fabric that is in my way. So after aligning these and undoing the straps for this so I don't lock them in place. So the brackets have hooks on the bottom. Stick the back of the roller shade rod in there, and then make sure it's aligned. And then you could probably, there we go, that's in. So you could probably snap it in just by pressure. You can also press the button and then push it in, and it'll go in a little easier. All right, we're back in place. There we go. Now we're ready for some good sleep. Now, some people want to have this completely blocked off too, if you're trying to keep your kids asleep longer in the morning, or if you just need to sleep during the day because you work at night. So there's other options for that. This is installed on a piece of wood here, which is pushing it out further and creating a bit of a gap. So if you just don't install yours that way, they'll be closer. And then you have curtains on the side, lots of options. Also, if you just buy your shades like 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch wider than the actual window, that does a lot for this too. I see a lot of shades being purchased at the exact width of the window, and I think some people regret getting them that way. They wish they'd gotten them like 1 inch wider. So that's all for that. Feels very cozy in here now. What would you change about this window treatment? Would you DIY something like this, or what's in these days? What's modern? Valances seem like they're out. Also, how do we pronounce that? Is it Valance or Valance?